I'm just over here in the Gambia and we're just checking in on one of the schools that we're helping over here. So on this particular trip, we're helping 3 schools, large institutions, average 3,000 students per school, and 2 nurseries. This is our driver here, Malik. And he's been taking us around and supporting us throughout the entire trip. Now we're going to pop into this school. This particular school is called St. Teresa's. Now this school we turned up a few days ago and quite literally knocked on the door because it's hard to create communication before you get out here, right? And we just basically asked the question, what support do you need right now? What's the number 1 priority? The answer was fresh water supply, because the existing water supply wasn't up to spec, and also electricity, because the electricity was done for, the wiring was blown, they couldn't turn the light switch on without it popping. And so those are the 2 things we focused on. Now we explained, as we do with every single school, if we're going to do work here, that work needs to happen while we're here. We need to see the funds being deployed, pay the contractors directly, and see the work completed. So over here we got the electricians in who came the same day that we arrived, got materials and started work. So they've been working consistently since. Now for context, we're rewiring the entire school, installing ceiling fans, putting lightings in, so that's going to create a more learning conducive environment, not just keeping the kids cool, but it also means we can keep light on in the classrooms. And so rooms like this that would otherwise become quite dark, especially as the sun sets, then can't be used. So it's going to bring a new block and completely reinstate it. In fact, you can see some of the wiring that's gone in already, so they're doing a great job of the light switches, also plug sockets as well. So we're going to have power, and you can see the lighting up there, and these are nice bright lights. So these guys are cracking on. I'm going to let them crack on, I'm not going to interrupt them too much. But you can see they're all up there, they're getting things done, and they're making the work happen, which is brilliant. And then just along here, we've got our borehole that's been dug, and that's nearly finished. Now what we've done on the borehole is we put a solar panel on the borehole, because that basically means that rather than it relying on a unreliable electricity source, number 1, it doesn't cut out. See, what happens here is when there's power cuts, which are quite regular, the water doesn't pump anymore. So if we put a borehole in without a solar panel, then that water's not going to pump whenever the power cuts, the school has to shut potentially, and it puts their electricity bill up, which is a cost and expense to the school, which isn't funded by the government. So for us, if we put a solar panel as an extra touch on the borehole, what that means is that it continually pump and provide the fresh water as well. And so that's what we're doing around here. It's nearly finished as well. That should be finished by the time we're done. And the result of having fresh water, electricity, classrooms is life-changing. We've just been to 2 other projects that we're working on. In fact, we turned up at the school this morning. First time, they couldn't believe it. They're like, what do you want? We say, look, we're just wondering what sort of things you need help with. Somebody mentioned you might need help with water supply, so we're going to start digging there today. I said, look, I can help you, but we've got a few days left. We need to dig today. Is that okay? We know some contractors. They said that's fine. So we're going to help them with some digging, some rewiring as well. And so then that will go into the 3rd school, one of the other schools where we previously dug a borehole. They've now gone on to grow vegetation, crops, to teach the children how to farm. And so it's great to see how far they take these projects. And then at that same school, we also built a poultry farm. And so they've invited us back there to have some lunch, which is chicken. So I think we can guess where that chicken's coming from. And we're now helping them with other projects, like installing internet to the school, to see where they take that. We're also renovating toilet blocks, and it's never ending. We're building a classroom extension, which we've just been to visit this morning. That's underway. They have the roof on by tomorrow, so it'd be great to see that classroom now meet the regs and can be used to create a learning conducive environment as well. The impact that these trips can have in such a short space of time is crazy. I'll tell you what's crazy. If I try and get an extension done back in the UK, I wait 9 months for the contractors, and I pray that they actually turn up when they said they would. Over here, we say, look, contractors need to come today, we need a price today, they need to start work tomorrow, and everything moves. And that's because we need to see the funds being deployed, just so that there's total transparency. So this is where the borehole is going to have fresh water supply now. And so we're just finalising that dig. You can see where they've been working to dig the hole into the ground. And again, just the idea of having and being able to have a fresh water supply is incredibly critical in countries like these. And so now, being the 3rd trip the impact that we've had on tens of thousands of students within different schools is profound. But it's not just the students that are in the school now, it's the students that come to the school in the years after, and most importantly, it's the impact that those students have when they go out there later on in life. Because what is the future of the country? Well, the future of this entire country hinges on the students that go to the schools. They are and will become the future. So the better that they can be educated, the better that they can learn, the better facilities and resources that they have, the better the chance the country has as a whole moving forward. So for everyone who has contributed to this project and projects like these, my goal here is to show you what it is that you're doing, how it's impacting the people, and to say a massive heartfelt thank you. And perhaps I'll see some of you guys out on projects like this in the future as well. So thank you very much, and I guess they're welcome.